Hey guys. Okay, so um I'm just gonna wait here. I'm still doing some things. I did a pre-recording and I am exporting the the watercolors. I did watercolors today for my brazen. Uh Boy, was that fun. So I just wanted to I just wanted to do that and see how it goes. Let me see. I've got 30% exporting. Um, so I'm just going to give it some time. I got to give it some time and then hopefully I can find it again. Oh boy. Okay, so just to make sure things are going okay. Hello, everyone. Yeah, it's working. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a minute to show up. And in the meantime, I'm just going to um, just, display capture, try and figure this out. Oh, okay. That might work. Um, okay. Let me see how it goes. Somebody go make a tea, get some coffee. Okay. Um, let's see if anybody shows up. Oh, just having my YouTube binge and you popped up. Hello, my dear Corby. How are you? Is it your YouTube binge time? Today I pre-filmed and for Brazen Hearted because she does watercolors and I said I would do watercolors. And so so I attempted the watercolors and yeah, go grab a tea. If you're gonna sit with us for a while, it just may be the two of us. I don't even know if Brazen is available today. I don't think she was expecting. She may come in. Um, I hope so. But yeah, let me go check on my, make sure it's 63%. Okay. Well, that's coming along. All right. Okay. Let's see. Am I here? Haha! Corby, it's all bad news. It's seriously all bad news. I know. And what's happening in Spain, Valencia, is just, I still don't understand how that happened. Okay, so let me make sure that I have what I'm looking for. Save to my desktop. Okay. All right. All right. So hopefully I can get this to work. Let me try this next thing here. Nope, that's not what I want. Okay. Let me see if I can get this to work. That's not it. Oh, let me see. How come it's not showing? Oh, it is. Okay. So Corby, are you here? Goodness gracious. Trying to figure this thing out. Are you here? Just a heads up. I keep seeing my computer. Yeah, okay, this is what I need to ask you. Okay, so I need your eyes. I'm trying to start. Hold on. So now you can see all the info. Uh, what do you see now? Let me see something. You see all of that info. Can you see now the painting? Isn't that funny? I can't put both of them. Can I split the screen? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna switch back to the to me in there, but can you see the painting now? Oh, okay. Okay, great. I'm going back. All right. Um, I'm not able to see uh view. Can I split the screen? I don't know how to do that. Okay. Anyways, I don't know how to do that. So, hmm, how do I how do I make that work? Corby! Video capture device is me. Yeah, I can do the full screen thing, but every time I turn on the video, it it takes media source. Let me try that one. Create new, browse. Here we go. Maybe I can do it this way. Desktop. There it is. Maybe. That's not showing up, is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, hold on a sec. Give me a moment. And turn that off. And then, okay. Okay. There I am. Look at me go. All right. So I decided, let me turn the chat back on. Let me put it back on so I can see you. Okay, what can you see now? Yes, good. Okay. And you can hear me all right. Tea. Okay, so I decided today I would do watercolors, which I never do watercolors. Like, very rarely will I do watercolors. And I only do watercolors like if I'm out sketching, and I'm just just thank you. Thank you. Okay. And I'm just out sketching and getting uh just a feel for it. I don't sit and do full paintings in watercolor. So I tried to do these lemons that I did in gouache another time during this lemon challenge, and and thought I would do it in watercolors. And really, like, I have no idea what I'm doing. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. So let's see if let's see if I can get it. And I wish Brazen was here. Do you do watercolors, Corby? I think I have a delay on the Oh, you do. See, I think there's a delay on the messages. You guys like put in a message and it on Fridays, if you go to Elizabeth's is that the artist when you go, right? With the group. Oh my goodness. There's quite a bit of glare on this, isn't there? That's too bad. What a mess. Oh well, I certainly tried to get it. You could see immediately, like the lemon yellow just bled right into the foreground. Right. It was hysterical. I really I get very confused with watercolors. Oh, that's too bad. Look at that glare. Um Hi, Blanca. Well, don't worry. We've got kind of a dud going on here. My video, I was doing watercolors, attempting watercolors, hoping Brazen shows up so we can laugh. So we can have a giggle. But it looks like this, hey, Stewie. Oh, yeah, I'm doing my watercolor attempt, and we're waiting for Brazen Hearted because I was doing it basically for her. I promised her I would do it. So on my last day, I thought, well, I'll just do it. And you guys, I didn't know that this glare was happening on the video. You know, I am sorry about that. But I think this is when I got up and stepped away. Oh my goodness. Can I do like a playback speed? There we go. I'm going to speed this up. Okay. So I have to look at it bigger. I know you have to go light to dark, and in a couple places, I didn't do that. And it actually didn't turn out that bad considering, right? You guys can see this, right? Oh, wait, on here, it's double time. What the heck? Media source. Okay. I was hoping I could put this, change the speed. I don't know how to do that. Stewie, I was trying to paint watercolors. Yeah, I am not a watercolor artist, so that is always yeah, I had a glare, Langa. I'm so sorry. That's why I'm trying to at least um turn up. Oh, here we go, the speed. Oh, what the heck? Sorry, I switched up the speed and it moved it back. For some reason, for some reason on here, uh, it's so cool. I brought out the watercolors. You know what? It was actually really fun and learned a thing or two, definitely. Watercolors are difficult. They do their own thing, and I get that. But Yeah, I don't know. They were they were fun. It was interesting. It was it was interesting. And I kind of got, oh, I guess we already saw this part. Sorry about that, guys. But it I actually really liked it. Oh, okay. Okay, that's what you mean wet on wet. Wet on wet with the watercolors, wet on wet. I started with the wet on wet thing to get like light. And, I'm trying to do what I do in oil paints. Yeah, it is fun. And always learning so much, Stewie. And yeah, it was it was really it was fun, challenging, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I may actually, well, I say this about a lot of things, and then I don't have the time to do it, but I might spend a little bit more time with the watercolors, and yeah, yeah. Oh, I can't believe Brazen isn't here. She would have had so much fun with this. But just it was just difficult. It was just difficult. And I'm sure I went dark way too fast. I did bring out the hair dryer and I dried it um, twice uh, because everything was beginning to bleed together, and because I don't know about the layering thing and how that works. Um, so you guys who do watercolors, if if it dries and you add paint on top, doesn't it pick up from underneath? Yeah, yeah, it is. It is a good. I went out and paid the money for it. I'm a hard fan of buying quality paints, and everything else can be average, right? Um, until of course you get to the level where you need to be, and then of course your materials are very, very important. No, gouache is more like oil paints. It's very much like oil paints. You can water them down to make them watercolory-ish, but they're much more similar to oil painting. Okay, so you have to be careful when applying. How do you apply a new layer? I mean, what is the trick? It's just like lightly laying. You can't press on the brush. I imagine that it needs to be very lightly laid on top and just let it soak in to what was there underneath. So it's like a glazing effect. Is that what you mean? Oh, cool. All right. So at least I figured that out. Right? So this was the perfect way to end um, this lemon challenge. Uh, there's a couple of days that I missed. I think probably 4 or 5 days in full. All right, Stewie. Bon appetit. Yeah, Blanca. Exactly. 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 Um, yeah. I'm actually, even though, some things just didn't work well, I'm actually kind of impressed. I was really happy with it because I was expecting total utter failure because yeah, especially, okay, here's the thing. It's not like I couldn't figure it out, but I know I'm doing this live. Hey, Susan. Hey, how are you? So nice to have you here. Susan, let me know. Do you do watercolors? If you told me, I don't remember. So mine turned out looking. It actually looks okay. It's not. I was really surprised with how it turned out. I'm serious. I was really surprised, and well, don't bother with them for a while. Oh, yeah, okay, I get that. Other than with grandkids, yeah. But to actually do a painting, it was today was really interesting. It really was. I have to say, like my usual use of watercolors, excuse me, is to go out and I see if I have any examples in my little sketchbook here. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this. So this is my usual example of watercolors. So here's the thing, like I will do the sketch, I'll draw it out with pen, like a just an ink pen of some sort. And then I just kind of put in a little bit of watercolors just to get, like the blue sky and the trees and that kind of thing. That's how I usually go about my watercolors. So this kind of painting is not what I normally do. And so I don't know about watercolors. Um Hardly at all. Let's see if I have any other examples. Oh, now I'm back into my gouache. So yeah, no, the rest is gouache. Yeah, well, okay. It's coming along. It's coming along. So today was a bonus day. Yes. 31 lemon challenge with watercolor. Yes. Well, okay. Yes, watercolors are very different from oils. I much, 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 much. I love my oil paints. I love them. I love the feel of them. I love the it's like ceramics, you take the glob of clay and um you morph. I can't think of the right word in English. You somebody come up with the right word where you take this blob of clay and you turn it into something. And oil paints have that similar kind of thing, right? You take the paint and you can push it. You can feel it, Watercolors is like drawing and the colors mold. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Um and my experience with the watercolors here was a lot like drawing, and having it, um, but without having the control. Like if I were holding a pencil or colored pencils, uh, I would you have I would have better control over it. I think, another thing that I've actually never tried is pastels. And I haven't moved towards pastels because I don't actually like the outcome. I don't like uh, um, the feel of it when I'm looking at pastel paintings. I'm very impressed with them. So that's another thing. But I don't connect at all with pastels. But watercolors, I actually kind of felt it today. I kind of felt it today. It was pretty cool. Okay, so I'm attempting to do a background and hoping. I remember I was putting this in and just hoping that it wasn't going to bleed into the lemon and thinking that it probably would. But uh, but we'll see. I don't know. And then here, like, I just thought, well, I'll just pull it all the way across. And then I thought, no, I want to have a darker corner, as if it's in shadow, right? So again, I took the rag, I believe, and tried to um, take some of that off in that left-hand corner. You guys can still hear me, right? Everything okay? There, yeah. So I made that corner darker. I liked it. I liked the effect. It really brought the lemons out. Sorry about that glare. Next time I do a watercolor, I will be more conscious of it. What I've liked about my failed attempts with watercolor is using the paint pens after adding whatever came up with intent at the moment. Hey, yeah, paint pens. Which ones are you using? I actually don't have any of those. Ah, okay, well, it's the more I'm putting on, the more glare we're getting. Uh, but hey, it is what it is. Live and learn. So, uh, this is Blanca says, what I've liked about my failed attempts with watercolor. And I was thinking when I read that, I was like, that's exactly the point. That's exactly the point. Loving, here, now I'm pulling out the gouache, the white gouache, but loving the failed attempts, right? Loving the failures. And failure, the word fail doesn't have to be this big, huge, horrible, destructive thing. We can take failure in a very lighthearted manner, right? It doesn't need to be awful. It doesn't need to be a criticism to the self. It doesn't need to be any of that. Failure is just your stepping stone to your next level. You haven't been feeling well, my dear? I hope you're feeling better. But you were able to attempt a lemon in oils. How did it go? The Posca water base. Oh, okay. I don't know if we have those here. Um, but a water-based pens. Those are great. That's a great idea. I pull out the gouache like I did right now. I pulled out the white gouache to fix the mess that I made. The um the dark, the darks in the lemon. This was an old drying out lemon, like you can see on the left-hand side in the gouache painting. And so I had to fix that. And you guys, I guess I'm pretty pleased. I'm kind of happy with this. It's never a failure. It's called the learning process. Exactly. I don't believe in failure unless you quit altogether. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I fully, fully, fully agree with that. And I just love it. Um, uh, I I don't know. I think especially in the United States, our culture teaches us to always be the best, to try for the highest level, to, we have this culture uh, of being perfect. And especially now with TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, I it's like you have to be who all these perfect people are on social media. And for us older people, okay, no, we're kind of, we kind of have a good handle on that. But as TikTok keeps coming in, or the social media keeps coming in and taking over, the less time we spend picking up an actual book and reading it, the less time we spend sitting down and painting something with your music and just spending time with this beautiful, beautiful, creative being, right? Um, it's it's really, really something. So failure has become a pretty big thing, uh, and it's kind of like um, uh, an underlying words, underlying story that we have to be perfect all the time. So, okay, you guys, there it is. All right, let's go. Wait, where am I? Whoops, whoops. Let's get this one. Hey, wait. The preview. Are you guys seeing me or a little tiny me? Are you seeing me or a little? Let me get out of the studio mode because I can't. It looks like you're seeing me. Okay. So, so yeah, about the failure thing. Okay, so here it is. I Let me see. Okay. This one over here is gouache, and this one is a watercolor. And I actually like the watercolor better. I do. I actually like the watercolor better. Um, the gouache, the gouache turned out more accurate. Yeah. The gouache is more accurate. It is of what was going on that day, the colors, you know, But the watercolor, I don't know. Competition has gone from one extreme to the other. We need balance. Yes, we need balance. We need balance. And I think the only way a mini me, I didn't get that. I'm reading a mini me. Is that what you're saying there? Explain. Yeah, I need to hear your thoughts on this. So um I was quite it's actually not bad, is it? I mean, it's actually not bad, and I like it better than the gouache painting. First time. This is the first time that that happened. So I'm pretty excited, and so what I'm going to do is oh boy, I'm going to have to. Oh, I didn't record this. Well, anyways, Brazen will have to go in and watch it. It'll be live on the YouTube channel for everyone to see. Oh, the scene. Is it a mini me? Am I not big? Am I little? I guess that's what I mean. Um, audio input. The screen was mostly black with a small picture. What is it like now? Is it still that way? Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, okay. It should be fine now. So you guys saw the painting, right? Yeah, Blanca, you said full view now. Did you see the painting? Did you get like I was holding it up for a long time, but I guess maybe not, right? Let me see. Yeah, right? It's better than my gouache painting. Okay. 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 Thanks for letting me know. I'm so excited. I'm really happy about this. So, Brazen, I'm going to talk with her. On Sunday, we're going to get together on Sunday. YouTube members, right? We're going to get together on Sunday for a Zoom chat, 6 o'clock my time, right? Mornings for you. And we will be, yeah, so, Susan, if we do have a small group with just beautiful women that show up here, Corby and Brazen and Blanca, where we get together once a month and talk about all sorts of things. Sometimes it is a tea together, and sometimes we talk about art and things like that, and where everybody's at and what we're doing. And it's a very warm, lovely group. If you're interested, you can go to my YouTube channel, and it's $2.99 a month. So um, it would be lovely to have you if that's something that interests you. It's definitely uh, not necessary. So yeah, I think I'm really happy with this painting, you guys. I really am. I really am. So the trick would be to do actually more watercolor paintings and see if I can get through some of the difficulties. But like I said, usually I don't have the time to do that. I was going to work on this painting, yesterday's painting, I haven't had a chance to do that. My paints are still there, sitting there. And just so many things happen during the day. Why so many things happen during the day? But I loved it because I got up this morning really early and I went out for a morning walk, like at 6:37. The sun was just coming up, and I ended up down at the beach, and I went skinny dipping, and it was so much. It was just beautiful. Of course, nobody was there, and it was a very, very cold water swim. The water is getting cold. But that's I love my cold water swim. So I just went in, and it was wonderful. Does anybody do cold water swimming? Anybody? Anybody do cold water swimming? It's fantastic. Fantastic. Um, I remember a friend of mine from Sweden. Um, she moved into Buddhism in a very serious way, and she came here one summer, and she said part of the practice is they have to get up in the morning, like at 4:30 or 5 in the morning was the time that they had to get up. I don't know for sure, but something like that. And they would fill their bathtub with ice cubes and cold water, and take a cold, one of those ice baths. And she said it was awful at first, and then she said it just got it was amazing. And I'll never forget that, because then later on, oh, you're in Canada. Ooh, Canada, yum. I haven't been back to the Americas in many, 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 many years. I guess it's been about, well, since 2018. Somebody do the math for me. It's about 5 years, right? We came back to Greece, and then, you know, uh, well, last year I really started doing this YouTube channel. I thought I would just shout out into the world, because it's we went through COVID on the island, and very, very quiet. Very, very quiet. And then our fishing boat sank, like disappeared at the bottom of the Aegean Sea. Thankfully, nobody was hurt, but we lost everything. And so we are recovering from that as well. And in the difficulty of my outer life, right? The restrictions happening, the economic coming together, cocooning, right? I needed an outlet. I needed to be involved with people, uh, and and so I started this YouTube channel, and have met some beautiful, beautiful people, and am able to be in this community of other artists, because here on the island, I don't know any other artists, not like artists, people who are actually learning how to paint, people who want to um, understand the creative flow, how creativity flows through us, that it has little to do with how good you make the painting, how good it is, and everything to do with monitoring how you see what's happening, how you feel about what's happening, who you are when you slip into that creative mode, right? What happens? How can you be in that state of creative presence more and more and more? And how can you bring what happens in your studio into moments of your daily life? And it's really, really beautiful. The whole process for me has just been incredible. So this YouTube channel has been fascinating and fabulous and wonderful. And I'm so grateful that you're here. And thank you so much um, for hanging out with me. You're really bad with following the chat. That's okay. That's okay, Susan. Nobody minds. We're all very, very friendly people here. No, we really, really, yeah. It's almost cold water swimming. Here it's hot tubs and rolling in the snow when it's minus 40 or minus 50. I remember that from Minnesota. That's where I grew up. So yeah, there was hot tubs and rolling in the snow. I do remember that. I did not do that when I was a kid, or even grown up in Minneapolis or up north, close to the Canadian border. No, thank you. Uh-uh. Um, but I do the cold water swimming here in Greece, and really it doesn't get minus 40 the weather here. If it gets down to, zero um, Fahrenheit, right? If it gets to zero, maybe a few degrees below. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. Um, so you guys, I guess we're gonna close off this 30-day lemon challenge. Again on Sunday, we will get together at 6 p.m. my time. So, the same time. And I hope, oh, well, Pixie Dust. Hello, how are you? I was just going to shut off. Let's talk and see. We just did, I just did the last lemon challenge. I did it in watercolors today. Um, and I don't do watercolors. Here, I'll show it to you. Uh, just in case you're an artist, and things like that. So, um, this one here is gouache, the one that I did quite a while ago, these two lemons, and then I just copied it today in watercolors. And I don't usually paint in watercolors, so I'm pretty happy with this little painting. It's a great lemon study, bonus, and doing it for you guys just for fun. I actually thought it would be a complete and utter failure, but it wasn't. And well, it kind of is. It's kind of a failure. But it's not too bad. It's not too bad for a beginner with the watercolor thing. So yeah, I had a really good time with it. Um, uh, so yeah, so Sunday we're gonna get together at 6 o'clock. That's what I was saying. Um, and yeah, I guess that's about it. Any questions, anybody, about the painting, the 30-day lemon challenge? Things that you have questions about? Well, I'm goofy. I know I'm goofy, and hopefully goofy is funny for some people. Oh, did you listen to that? Have you? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. What is it that you thought, that you learned? What opened up for you about failing? If you want to share. Yeah, exactly. I use the word failure, failing, because when a painting doesn't turn out, it's a failed painting, right? You could just might as well throw it away. I never throw paintings away. Don't throw them away. If you do throw them away, take a picture of it and put it in a folder somewhere. Keep it. You have to have references. You have to go back and monitor where you were, where you are today, where you're going. And when you can see all of your old work, it's fabulous. It's fabulous because you look at what you can do today and you're like, oh, wow, wow, yeah. So, um, pixie dust, failing. So failing, my thoughts on failure because and I use the word openly because we're all so afraid of it. We're all so like it's a bad thing. And and failure is your best friend. Your best friend. Nothing in life gets better without failing. Oh, you're such a sweetheart. Oh, thank you, Susan. Oh, that just, um, okay. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. That really touched me. Um, because you know, yeah, because I live on this tiny little Greek island. I spend most of my time in this tiny little studio or in my kitchen or, taking care of the family, but my life is very minimal right now. And this is my opening out into the world. So I'm I have spent my life being a perfectionist, right? And getting lost in my head. What a waste of time. What a waste of time. But anyways, that's what happened. And here I am today, falling in love with good enough, falling in love with all the things that go wrong, falling in love with like painting lemons, giving myself an hour to paint a lemon, right? Every day for 30 days, or two lemons and, or three lemons and see what happens to embrace the challenge, to embrace the failures that the paintings didn't turn out perfect and they're not beautiful, right? But they are beautiful to help release myself from that perfectionism. And I'm 60, right? 60 years old. I've done a lot of work on that, but it's still there. And I suspect it will always be there in one form or another, kind of lurking in the background, sitting in the back seat as I'm driving my vehicle through life, right? It's just kind of sitting there. It's not ever going to go away, but I can notice it and I can embrace it and embrace the failures like today's little painting. I guess the fear I had about not being good enough, your story was so relatable. Yeah, yeah. I think it's a pretty common fear. I know a lot of people who go through that, not being good enough. And here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing where I learned about the good enough idea. Had nothing to do with philosophy, nothing to do with self, whatever. I have a long history. Oh, you do, of crippling perfectionists. I had a teacher once tell me it's never a failure if you keep trying. She implored me to delete the word failure from my vocabulary and exchange it with attempts. Um, Grandchild calls, bye, my love. We'll see you on Sunday. Okay. Uh, yes, attempts. What I'm suggesting, I agree with that, but because we're basically on the same page. What I'm suggesting is because we especially in the United States, we do this. Like we get rid of bad words or words that don't like that will I don't know, somehow sit in our minds and make us feel bad about ourselves. And I think that if I can just say the word I failed, so I don't say, you know, the more derogative form of that word, I effed up, right? I failed. I failed. Um, uh, I didn't get her. It didn't work, but it's good enough, right? So then I think it's healthy. I think it's really healthy to actually acknowledge what's going on. So pixie dust. So I was going back to that, right? I was not a perfectionist. Well, maybe I was. I had a really hard time keeping my house clean, right? I would go in and I would spend a day and I would clean, 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 get it all put together. But I didn't have that constant daily maintenance. And then very quickly, with two kids, you know, growing up and, you know, all these things going on, the house would be a mess again. And I came across um, a fly lady. Have you guys heard of the fly lady? If you hadn't, I think her name is Marla Silly, Cilley, I think. And she, because she was a perfectionist, she kind of had the same things. And she learned that, you know, you give yourself 15 minutes and you do these things and you do it good enough. You do not like make your bed and you have it all be perfect and this and that. If you just make it good enough, it looks a heck of a lot better than if your bed sheets are all, you know, in a pile and this and that. And the more you work with good enough and let go of trying to keep everything perfect, the saner you get. And so I took that and moved it into I got on a morning routine and an evening routine that I stick to today, and my house is always good enough. It'll be never one of those perfect, you know, where I'm in the corners of the living room and, you know, with a toothbrush scrubbing the tiles. And I'm not that kind of, right? But the house is clean. The house is always ready for anybody to, you know, stop by. And when I walk into my home, it's like, huh, yeah, this is good. This is good. It's good enough. And with that good enough from this fly lady thing, I brought that into my studio. And it was around that time that I started painting again, and it just really really worked. And so I keep working on that perfectionism. I'm aware of it. I know when I've latched onto it and embodied it, and I know when I've let it go. And that's that's a big move for me. It really is. It's a big move for me. So let me catch up. To bid all a fantastic energy grandchild. Okay, perfectionism is such a fear of failure. I wouldn't try. So changing my perspective from failed to attempting. I get what you mean. Yeah. Yes. So change the negative charge behind the meaning of the word. Gosh, Susan, you have a great way of putting what I'm saying into very succinct words. Exactly. Taking the negative charge out of it. And to take the negative charge out of anything is simply to choose to take the negative charge out of it. So that's it. That's all you need to do. If you need to use the word attempt instead of failure and to keep it up on the glass half full side, I'm just attempting to always look at the glass half full, that there are no failures, that I can say the word failure and it doesn't mean anything negative on me. It will not bring me down. It cannot. The only thing that the stumbling, the failures, the messing ups, the whatever, the attempts that didn't go very well can do, the only thing that they can do is lift me up even higher. And that's a pretty cool place to be. It's a pretty cool way to go about living your daily life with everything that happens. And sometimes it's really hard, especially when we're in relationships and the emotional charge is there and things are happening. But you know what? You can get there even in difficult relationships. That the failure or the thing that's not going well or the argument is grist for the mill, right? I know you older folks know grist for the mill. Pixie, if you're still here, I don't know how old you are. Do you know that, Pixie Dust, that grist for the mill? Anyways, it's all to be chewed on. You know how a cow chews its cud? It chews on it for a long while before they swallow. So it's an ability to chew on it, to um, uh, to to work with it, to not allow the negative connotations to pull you down, to lower you, to lessen you. We are all incredibly beautiful beings, all of us. And we just need to embrace that and shine that beautiful light of ours. And painting is just a beautiful way to understand your creative channel, how it works, how you work. And if you can see that the same process happens in putting together a painting, the same process happens with making any decision in your life. It'll always be the same process. Ah, you're going to steal it. Yeah, steal it. Be my guest. Absolutely. All right, you guys, I have to get going. This was so much fun. This was lovely. Thank you for being here. I really enjoyed this. So if you have any questions, again, one last thing, if you got any questions, put them in the chat right now and I'll get to them, you know. Otherwise we're gonna have to sign off and I will see you all again tomorrow, not for the lemon challenge, but in the morning musings. Okay. All right, you guys. Wow, I sure did learn a lot on this lemon challenge. I really did. It was good for me. It was good for me. I needed it. So I'm going to be filming this painting as I go into the next layers and, you know, painting it the way I normally paint a painting. And to see. Okay, there's a couple of different ways to say goodbye in Greek, but all we're going to say is ya. Y-I-A. Ya. Ya. It's easy. Ya. You can say yasu, which means goodbye to you, right? Yasu. That's when you're speaking to one person. You can say yasas, which is goodbye to all of you. It's the plural, right? Or you can say adeya, which means like, okay, bye. So yeah, when y'all come over for a painting retreat, right? When y'all come over here to this little tiny Greek island, we're gonna have a painting retreat. And when you all come over, I'll teach you like um, all the good words. You'll be able to say a few phrases, order your coffee, and we'll have some fun. So that is a definite thing. Now we're moving into November. If you guys are interested in coming around this way, probably, like a year from now, next late September, next year, late September or October. Gosh, we could even do May or June. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. All right, you guys. Take care. Bye, Pixie Dust. Really great to have you. Thanks for being here. And Susan, so lovely to have you as well. So lovely. Blanca is gone. And Brazen Hearted never made it. Well, the she'll have to watch it on YouTube and she can help me out. She does watercolors. Yeah. All right, you guys. I don't want to go. I'll see y'all later. Oh, which island am I on? This is a very small Greek island called Amuliani. Let me put it in the chat. Hold on a sec. Amuliani. And it is in the prefecture of Halkidiki. So it's up in northern Greece. It's the island is only 15 minutes from the mainland, so it's easy to get to and it's easy to get off, especially in the summer. There's two ferry boats running back and forth pretty much all day long in the tourist season. And it's really easy to get here, really easy to get on and off. If you get off the island to the mainland, then it's about an hour and a half drive to Thessaloniki, writing that in, which is where, your flight will come in. And it's really nice. It's a very local island. We don't have like the Mykonos, Santorini type feel or vibe. Those are absolutely beautiful islands, but um, overly touristy. Is that the word? Um, and bye, honey. Have a great evening yourself. A great day. Um, and so it's a very small local, you kind of feel right at home when you get here. You go to the cafe and it's if you're coming in October, September, October, or May and early June, it's like it'll be just us, a few other people with the locals. So it is really quite a lovely experience, a different feel of Greece than what is sold in the tourist industry. And that's one of the reasons why I love it here. All right, you guys. Pixie Dust, really great to have you. Thank you for your questions, and I will see you all very soon. Okay. Again, I'm going to say it. Sunday, 6 p.m. for the YouTube members. If I think I'm okay, close for commuting. Nice. My daughter-in-law has family in Upper Greece. That's where we are, and a son in Australia. So I'll be heading closer that way. Oh, where does your daughter-in-law have family? Because it's close to us. We're in the upper part of Greece as well. I thought you did. Yeah, I thought you left. Because you said have a great have a great evening. Um, where are they in? Do you know? where they are in Upper Greece? Are they in the city, in a city setting, or a village, a really cool little village? Oh, that'll be fun. When are you coming? When are you coming? I'll come. I'll come find you. And we'll go paint your whatever wherever your daughter-in-law's family is from. That'll be so much fun. Yeah. Pixie Dust, are you still here? Um, okay, that's fine. That's fine. You may not want to, yeah, and uh, that's fine. But let me know. I mean, it would be really fun. It would be, I mean, what if she's really close to me, like in the next village on the mainland? Wouldn't that be something? I mean, really, wouldn't that be just something crazy? What if what if she's right next door? Your daughter-in-law's family. That's hysterical. Well, you can tell her where I am, and then she'll tell you if we're close. If she's on this side of Greece or on the other side or somewhere in the middle or up even a little bit more north. That's fun. Okay, you guys. So I am gonna go now. Oh, you're gonna go to Australia first. Oh, fun. Okay, yeah, of course you'll of course. We got time. We've got plenty of time. I don't mind the typos, sweetheart. It's I'm getting your messages very quickly, so don't worry about it. All right. So, it would be fun, wouldn't it? It would be fun. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I have a very good friend, a Greek friend in Sydney. She lives in Sydney. She's from Chicago and she lives in Sydney. And I've always wanted to go to Australia and visit her. But right now, until we pull out of this uh, this financial thing, right, from the boat sinking, we've built two new boats. We've got a third one coming, so it's another year, and then I'll be more free to travel around. And I think it's been a great it's been a great lesson. All right. So, yeah, I am going to stop now. I keep saying that, don't I? All right, you guys, be inspired, be creative, be you. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Yeah.